We're going to be taking you through the progress of our black comedy feature film.
Who are you, by the way? Nobody knows who we are.
What this is a DIY cinema podcast for DIY filmmakers. The idea is that you don't wait for permission, you just start.
This is our first feature film, something we're going to do together. You're going to get it warts and all.
So we just go into it?
I kind of think we could.
This is DIY Cinema Cult.
Hello, Mark.
Hello, Aaron. How are you?
I'm good. Isolation Cast.
Isolation Cast number 2.
Number 2.
Welcome, everyone, to, what are we now? Episode 6.
Episode 6.
DIY Cinema Cult.
Yeah, and we had a momentous launch this week or last week because our first episode was launched onto the world.
We are all fully up now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and everything.
And I think I didn't want to check numbers because it's always a bit humiliating when you look at basically how insignificant you are on the universe. But I kind of caught a little glance that some people had watched it and there was some reviews up there and they weren't all just from me, you and our girlfriend. So that's
it was nice. And you do get on the podcast on the provider, you do get like stats that you can look at, which I haven't been trying to pay too much attention to because like you say, sometimes it can be as you're kicking off a bit demoralizing, but they're not bad. And we've even got some listeners that I don't
that you've never met.
Yeah,
we've given money to.
Well, we've got a listener in Michigan.
Really?
So I think we should dedicate this episode to our listener in Michigan. I don't know who that is, but it's thank you for listening.
That is great. And I mean, the Facebook page is now up and running. I think we had 200 people looking at the Facebook group, which again is pretty amazing. And I'm pretty sure we haven't met them all in person, so no, that's definitely a good start. But it is only a start. But we're hoping this lockdown is going to increase creativity, as in we were talking about in the last one, creative obstructions, and the ability of those obstructions to help creative people. So we're hoping that this lockdown has that effect on us.
I hope so. Have you been keeping creative, mate? Have you been doing what you've been up to?
Yeah, doing my best. I mean, as before, working on the documentary is such a long-term project. I was sort of mentioning in passing before off air that I'm in the kind of logging phase. So obviously not able to shoot anything else at the moment, being stuck in our homes, but are able to go through and look at rushes. And because I've got lots of long interviews, the logging process is where I'm at. And having got, 23, 24 odd interviews and each one of them at least an hour and a half. Yeah. It's a long process. And
oh God, it's
keeping your focus while you're going through, listening to one is great because it's like listening to an hour and a half podcast in a way. It's like, it's a bite-sized little thing, but it's the logging bit, which is inside Final Cut, which I use. Yeah. Going through, marking everything, tagging everything, and basically creating a huge database so that by the time you've gone through every interview, you've logged every interview, you've sort of transcribed as much as you can. You've basically got the film in your head. But you know what? You've just got to do the hard yards and get through it.
You really do.
You are listening to the debut feature film podcast. This is DIY Cinema Cult.
But then it's just been, working on the scripts. Had lots of good chats with our old mate Rami, DOP, cameraman.
DOP, yeah.
And he's very keen on shooting I sent over the scripts for The Old Man, which is the web series. He's well into doing something on this. So I think we could maybe, I'm kind of just going to start plodding forward as if the world is normal at the moment. And I'm going to start storyboarding. I'm going to start contacting casting agents and some actors. Yeah. So that by the time when the world does return back to normal and we're allowed out and we can get together and do lovely things like make films again, we're kind of ready to go. I'm kind of not going to wait until all this blows over. I think I'm just going to start doing stuff now.
I think that sounds like very wise. I mean, actually, interestingly, I read something in the paper today by I think it was a costume designer, and they were talking about how there's going to be this kind of U-bend effect, as in we're all going to be in the bottom of the U, as in people in the film industry are going to be in the bottom of the U for the next month, maybe 2 months, and there's going to be this sudden like burst of activity, potentially in the summer or late summer, where everybody's going to be wanting to get out there and shoot because there's such a pent-up demand for material. And chances are, I mean, what this article was saying, chances are the prices of things like studios and locations is going to go from nothing right now because, you know, if you could somehow avoid lockdown, which obviously you don't want to do because it's dangerous and spread of virus, etc., you could probably get anywhere for free. But in about 2 months' time, chances are everywhere is going to be extraordinarily expensive. So it's an interesting issue that, you know, maybe in a few months' time we'll be in a completely different world. And maybe this desperation for sort of for filming and for crews to going out there. But you've also been busy with the script for Routine, which I got sent over.
Yeah, so have you read it then? The latest draft, the fifth draft.
I have, and it was quite a shock. The opening 10 pages were quite a
shock. As in, I've added some new scenes in there.
I was like, what the heck's going on? What's all this backstory stuff? It's like, for those that obviously don't know the script, and you guys won't really know, but in the previous drafts, we were dropped straight in at the moment where Don, the lead character, is kind of about to do his stand-up gig, which, you know, for many reasons is a less usual stand-up gig than you'd expect. But now I found Don at work, and I found Don doing another gig.
Yes. So now we currently, I mean, as I was writing it, I was thinking this kind of feels better for his character, but I can also understand that it might be something we might have to snip due to budgetary restrictions.
Yeah, my producer hat was like, "You just added 2 locations, you bastard!
You just added 2 bloody locations
and a bunch of characters."
I felt like we kind of needed to start off seeing Don in his element, shall we say, so that we have some kind of grounding to him when we send him into that club for what becomes the fateful night of the film story. So I felt like we needed to see him kind of in his natural habitat, I guess, which was the setup for the opening scene. And also there's him at work, and there's him in a comedy club.
What has struck me actually is that it was quite useful because we get to know something about Don's world just that bit more. What struck me is that maybe the titles are rolling over those first five pages.
Yeah.
So like, you know, we're in the world. We know what Don's world's like. We're understanding Don's story, but we're also getting the titles over with. And somehow it kind of means the real film, if you like, starts at the point still where he walks through the door into the grin joint. But I don't know whether that was a thought you had.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we could maybe have a compromise where we could keep those scenes, but they're condensed into, like you say, almost a montage opening where we get a taste of Don in a pub environment where he's doing a gig in a pub. We get a taste of him in his office, because it was also quite helpful to see Don struggling through that life. And in the opening scenes, you know, there's the kind of thing happening where he goes and brushes his teeth. You know, after he does the gig in the pub, he goes and brushes his teeth in the toilets. Without trying his best not to be found out, because he's going to go back to sleep in his car that night. And, you know, the same thing when he goes to work in the morning at the office, he has to brush his teeth in the office because he's just come straight from his car. So you do get that kind of sense of his struggle. And it also sets you up to know that Don's character is one, he perseveres through
this
kind of trouble. Yeah, he kind of keeps going. So knowing that about him is just helpful when you kind of send it, when we send him into that club for the meat of the film. It's good to know that backstory of him. Yeah, that he is this kind of character who he does struggle, but he's a hard worker. He grafts. Yeah. And
we also we talked a little bit about it in the last episode, but we also definitely get a sense of Emma's enhancement in her character, that she's
great,
this kind of live streaming blogger. You know, she's like she's Generation Z.
Yeah.
Hyper kind of tech aware. So I think it's breathed a huge amount of life into her story.
Great, yeah. And Benny as well. I kind of feel like he's kind of he's come a long way, because he's not such a caricature.
Yes, sure.
At the start of the film, he becomes across as this kind of quite street, very kind of hard-nosed, kind of super alpha male comedian.
Yeah.
And the caricature-ness, if that isn't such a word, but the kind of caricature.
You just made it up.
I've just made that word up, yeah. The kind of caricature that he presents at the very start of the film, we realise is only in place because he wants it to be there, because it's good for business. You know,
it gets gigs, yeah.
It gets him gigs. No one really wants to know his true persona, which isn't as funny. I remember when I was doing stand-up, I knew this stand-up comedian who was a white guy. He came from quite an affluent background, or upper middle class background, and that really struggled him. He would bring it up on a number of occasions. He was like, my life's just not very funny. I really have to search for things to make people laugh about, because he as a person didn't carry that kind of pathos that often really brings about a connection with an audience when you're doing stand-up comedy. So Benny is very much now this kind of character where what we see up front of the film isn't necessarily what his true character is, and that is revealed by the end of the story.
No, I like that a lot. I think it really breathes life into this kind of idea that there's, you know, we've all got a persona, and that persona is both there to deal with our kind of day-to-day dealings with other people, but also how we sell ourselves to the world and how we potentially make a career. And you have to kind of invent a character, a brand, or what have you, that fits in with commercial, in a way, imperatives and stereotypes to manage to kind of, you know, get some sort of foot on some kind of ladder. So I thought it was it's a really good development in the script. But we've got a guest arriving quite soon.
We do.
Yeah, this is the first.
Yeah. I mean, funny enough, me mentioning Rami just then, who will very probably be shooting The Old Man, has recently worked with our mate Hadi, who we're going to have on the show right now.
Yeah, and I mean, this is an experiment, and we've not had a guest, and we've left it quite kind of. We've left it quite live. I feel like this is like Saturday afternoon watching Grandstand, where the potential for like digital and what have you cock-ups could well arise as part of this podcast.
I know, it's very exciting. So do we need to do a bit of an intro about Hadi? Because he's very, I mean, I think about Hadi is he's very much in the spirit of what we are talking about. He's as an individual, very much a DIY indie filmmaker, but you know, that probably doesn't do him justice in the fact that he makes quite large scale, very ambitious feature films that star quite incredible talent.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've both worked for him in various capacities, and I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit when we get him on the video conference provider of our choice at the moment. But I think with Hadi, he's always been writing scripts that you could imagine would be a Hollywood movie, but then somehow getting them made on a low budget without studio or corporate sort of backing. So that's I think going to be a really interesting topic to kind of go into, because, you know, we're all, so I mean, I feel like in a way our kind of film, maybe we don't have the same commercial impulse in terms of the films that we want to make, as in, you know, we're not necessarily aiming at a Hollywood style audience, or a Hollywood style story, but the fact that you could get something made at a sort of low budget, potentially, for certainly in comparison to the Hollywood world, and do it really with no boss. You know,
absolutely.
Nobody's saying this is what you've got to do. This is when you've got to do it. this is how I want the story to be.
No.
And that's to me is like it's going to be really interesting for our listeners to sort of go into that. So
it will, because another amazing thing about Hadi, which is, I mean, the man has balls of steel in a way, because like we say, he's making films on what you would probably consider industry standards, very low budgets, but he's writing very ambitious scripts that are aiming themselves to compete at quite high levels with big Hollywood action thrillers. One film he's made is very much an action thriller. Yeah. One is very much kind of heisty, kind of romp comedy.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, again, it's not necessarily the genres that either of us would go for, and you know, it's everybody has their own sort of taste, and it does sort of break the rule book a little bit in terms of what, you know, there's a lot of ideas that we've, you know, from those Robert Rodriguez sort of books, as in, make a movie with stuff you already own, make a movie in a location that you know you can get, and create a story around what you already have, which is a lot of those DIY filmmaking kind of rules. He kind of doesn't necessarily do that, although in this recent film, which would be really exciting to talk to him about, he has pulled off a great deal of a production value from what I've seen of it, and I've watched it in bits and pieces. He's a great deal of production value with very little resources. So it'll be an interesting chat.
DIY Cinema Club.
Let's have a look.
Ding, 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 ding.
This podcast has been...
You are currently on hold.
And while we are on hold, I've just realised this is again a really good excuse to have sort of daytime drinking. I'm really in isolation drinking now, because that doesn't mean I'm drinking on my own, because we're drinking together.
You are though. Yeah, we are. Yeah,
we're drinking together. But I'm not even on the gin anymore, because we ran out of gin about 2 weeks ago at home. So now I have a vodka and tonic. That's as close as I'm getting.
That's all right.
Well,
I've done a proper I've got a martini.
Oh, you keep the standards so high.
So high.
Oh, I just, you know,
I'm smashing the martini.
I'm just really jealous, basically. I'm not keeping the standards up at all. It should be the producer's job to make sure standards are high. But unfortunately, I'm just going for budget.
I'm going for the authenticity here. We're staying with you, Louis.
Yeah, Louis there still in spirit, and even though not the correct spirit with me, you've got the correct spirit of Louis.
I wonder what Hadi's doing. We did brief him, didn't we, about the whole the Louis Winwell gin element, didn't we? But
he's not a big drinker.
No,
and he's probably not a big pour your own drinker.
He gets drunk quite quickly. It might make for an entertaining podcast. I mean, it's always going to be entertaining anyway with Hadi, but
yeah, I mean, I do remember like the day before Boris said, our Prime Minister, for those in Wyoming who don't know who he is, the day that he said, you know, you're not allowed to go out and, you know, sort of do anything unnecessary anymore, effectively social distancing, was the day I got an email from Marc saying, are we still going round to Hadi's to do the podcast and drink gin? And both me and Hadi were like, no, stay at home. Haven't you got
that's right. We were supposed to be doing this interview in Hadi's house, weren't we? Because that was the idea. We were supposed to go round, look at a viewing copy of his latest
watch his movie,
watch his movie, and then we could talk about it. So it's a shame. I haven't seen I've only seen his, like, he did a little kind of sizzle reel.
Yes. Yeah.
And it looked fantastic. It looked so good. It's looked
incredibly good. And what's amazing about it is it's been shot on certainly more like a documentary camera, but it really doesn't look it. It's been shot, you know. Well, I'll let Hadi talk about it, but it looks really good, considering I know that the budget is, I don't know the budget specifically, but it ain't what you would expect it to be. Let's put it that way. So
absolutely.
Right, I'm going to send him a message and see how he's getting on, seeing if he's figured it out or not. Talk amongst yourselves.
Dun, 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 dun. You are in a queue. We appreciate your listening. And we will be with you very shortly.
You are listening to DIY Cinema Cult.
He's got his audio connected, Hadi.
I've got iPhone.
Hey!
Oh, look at this.
Hey.
Beautiful.
How you doing, Hadi?
Hello, look at this. Love in the time of Corona.
Yay. All we've got is a picture of the words iPhone 2, mate. Can we see your face? We need to see the beard.
Yeah, come on.
We've been hearing about the beard.
Why do you want to see? I don't want Zoom. I've heard there's security issues.
Oh, get out.
Come on.
I've got
Let's see the beard.
Phone.
Come on, we got to see the beard. We can't have a proper conversation unless
Come
the
on,
beard,
How do I do that then?
Just,
Hadi, put some clothes on and turn the video on.
Well, no, you'd be surprised how close you are to the truth, that one, Mark. Okay, hold on. Here we go. What's this?
Go
Camera.
on. Here we go. The suspense is killing us. So here he comes. Look at that beard. It's astonishing.
Oh my God, Hadi, look at that. Right, let me take a picture.
It's amazing.
Oh no.
So Hadi, how's it going? How's the new film going? How's your cut and everything?
I'm actually downloading it to, you're gonna love this, right?
Yeah.
My internet is so crap that I have to go and nick internet from people. So
Yeah.
I send Moses with my laptop to literally, he's parked outside the post house right now in Covent Garden, uploading my film, and they don't know I'm uploading at the post house. I'm nicking their internet right now. Fucking joke, man. What a fucking joke, isn't it? What a joke.
But this sort of suits the topic of our podcast
Yeah.
very well. The fact that we're all kind of
have
pirates.
Have we started?
Yeah, this is
We're
it.
rolling. We're rolling.
We're
We're rolling.
Fuck's sake. Right,
Behave yourself. Behave yourself.
Right, I'm going to make my voice deeper. I'm going to be sensible now.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll fix it all in post, don't we? But it does suit the topic of the podcast really well, because this is the sort of pirate sort of attitude that you need to kind of get your film made.
Steal the Wi-Fi,
steal the Wi-Fi.
Can.
Yeah.
Well, Sky basically said to me, yeah, you've got a fault on your internet. We need to come and visit your flat, but we can't come and visit your flat because we're prioritizing old people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're looking a bit rougher, I've got to say, with the beard.
You
so-
should have done the video link to them. They would have sent this Sky guy around straight away.
But yeah, look, here's the film. Look, there it is. Look.
Oh, look, there it is. Man
He's
in
great. I like that
pants.
actor. What's his Con O'Neill, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He was in Chernobyl.
Yeah, that's it. He's in Chernobyl with a perm. That's it. That's right.
Yeah. That was great.
So let's, before we start talking about the film, let's just give a quick potted history. So where did us lot meet? And so, we go back quite a while now. So what can you tell us about when we met?
So basically, when I was making proper money 10, 11 years ago. Was it or more? No, it was more.
I think it's definitely more. I think, yeah, it's probably
about 14 years ago.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of corporates, wasn't I?
Yeah.
And I needed like animators, and we put the word
bang dang dong dong.
out that we got it through your.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Oh, we don't need to mention specific names.
We lost you for a second there, Hadi, but you're back. Don't worry.
You're back. But yeah, I mean, so both Mark and I used to do animation and post-production stuff for the corporate stuff, but then also we went on to film. I seem to remember a time when there was a lot of Wii tennis being played in an office in Soho.
That was after we were first started, didn't we? In where the fuck was it? Knoll Street? Was it off Knoll Street? Knoll Street. What's that? Opposite Frame Store.
Yeah. We were in the heart of London's
opposite Frame Store. Yeah.
We were in the heart of London's hip Soho, feeling like we were kind of, young media professionals kind of living at large in the middle of Soho. But and
you met me and you thought, who the fuck is this dodgy fucker? And what the fuck is he up to? I know what you two were thinking at the time.
And our opinion has never changed.
Exactly. And and I just DVDs of Puritan.
Yes, I remember. And you had posters of it on the wall, I seem to remember.
Yeah. That's it.
So was Puritan made before that time when we all met?
It was literally just before.
Yeah.
And then you guys came along, and then
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
And then we did all that, and then a few years later, we did Clean Skin, didn't we?
Yeah,
So tell us about. How many films have you made now in terms of feature films?
I have no idea. You tell me.
I'm the podcast interviewer, and you're the.
I've actually got your, like a pro podcaster that I am now. I've got your IMDb right here. So.
All right.
Oh
okay.
yeah, let's have a look.
Because I don't only because.
He's gone a bit like an old Junglist tune from the sort of 90s now. We're having a few technical glitches from Hadi's iPhone. You've gone a bit Junglist massive. We may have lost him. He might have to log back in again.
Puritan was his first feature, so we'll have to ask him about what that was like, kicking that one off, because he had bloody David Soul in that.
He did, yes, indeed, yeah. And I've got an interesting story.
Nick Moran as well. Nick Moran was in that.
Nick Moran was in that as well. Here we go. I think he's logging back in.
Oh, he's back in. Hadi.
He's back in. There we go. Yeah, you're back. No problem.
Sorry, it told me it was connecting and it took ages.
No worries.
Okay, ask questions. Yeah. I'll shut up.
So we were just talking about Puritan. So we were just chatting about that film because you had like David Soul in it, Nick Moran. You had some proper talent in there. Tell us about how, as a first you call that your first feature proper. What was it like kicking that project off, and how did you go about doing that?
As in, like, more regard.
This is going to be one of those episodes. You might have to just get Moses to take you to the post house. Hadi, do you want to dial in with just audio? Maybe we don't need to see the beard anymore. That might be less bandwidth.
Hello.
There he is.
Okay, I can see you, but you can hear me. Okay, so
that's fine. We'll keep it simple. We were saying the bandwidth taken up by your beard is obviously overwhelming your Sky internet.
Yeah. So right, shit internet. Yeah, go ahead. So Puritan.
Yeah.
Well, it was okay. Well, it was the first time I'd worked with proper actors.
Mm-hmm.
And we shot it in Shepperton.
Wow.
When they were making Batman.
Wow.
So Batman had pretty much the entire studio, and we had one little studio where they were storing all the Batman shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so they removed all the Batman shit for us. It was shit. It was literally shit that Batman had.
Yeah.
He does a lot of shit, Batman. He just shits all the time.
It was just like junk, it was junk. And they moved, and we built the entire house in this little tiny studio.
Yeah.
Remember our production designer, Aaron? I'm sure you remember him well.
Yes, indeed. Yep.
And it was a nice day. We kept it very dark because it was meant to be like a dark movie. My DOP was a film school graduate pal with me. It was Peter, and it was like doing something, but still doing it very independent because we had like little rooms, and it was a bit chaotic. But it was good. Yeah, it was good experience to see how it all worked.
How long was your shooting period? How long did it take in total?
I think about 3 weeks. 3 weeks and something. I don't know. I can't really remember, but about 3 weeks and a bit.
Which, I mean, for any kind of feature is really fast, actually, isn't it? 3 weeks or.
It is. But remember, it was all pretty much all in this little house we built.
Yep. And was that?
We couldn't afford floors, so we had this carpet which we throw into every shot. This Oriental carpet. So,
and I mean,
every time there was a shot, we'd throw the Oriental rug in, but we couldn't afford wallpaper. We stenciled wallpaper.
Did you have film critics going, I wonder what the Oriental carpet means? What is he saying there?
Exactly. And so it was good. I know we had like one big extras day, which was all the people who had participated in the movie came to watch it. Were extras, and we also got a lot of free extras. It was a big crowd thing, about 70 people. It was good. I mean, Puritan was good, but still small scale, scale and stretched. And we shot it on film as well.
How the hell did you get Hutch in it?
It's not that hard. Everyone is very worried in the independent world about getting actors. And what you don't seem to nobody understands with actors. They don't work all year. They kind of work maybe 3 or 4 months of the year if they're lucky. Yeah. And there are other times they're just sitting around waiting for the phone to ring.
Yeah.
So you just need to approach them, and if you get them at the right time, you get them. We're not talking mega stars or anything, but most really good actors aren't doing much half the year.
Yeah, no.
So you shouldn't worry about approaching named actors.
Yeah, no, it's quite an interesting idea. I mean, what's your kind of tactic when you have a way of finding out their agents and then go through that route? Is that how you do it?
Yeah. I mean, you just you find out who you're. Did I have a casting director on? Yes, I did. I had a casting director on there. I can't remember her name. She does TV a lot. Nice woman, but I completely forgot. Janice Jaffa.
Yeah.
Good name.
Janice Jaffa. And she was really nice. She helped me out. And we got a good cast. And even for the smaller parts, we got good cast.
Yeah.
And I brought in some of the cast from my previous film. But yeah, you just basically, if you have a casting director, it helps because you're not like some twerp off the street.
Yeah.
Because first of all, it shows that you can afford a casting director.
Yeah.
Okay? And then secondly, if the casting director is calling an agent,
yes,
it's different than you calling the agent.
Yep.
They take them seriously. And then we did that. And then Clean Skin was the proper kind. It was like after a few years working on the corporates with you and Aaron, then I started thinking, okay, I gotta do this. I can't be stuck in. I got myself together on my feet a bit at that time. And then I said, okay, time to make another movie.
Clean Skin was kind of like an action thriller. You had Sean Bean, Charlotte Rampling, James Fox.
I mean, that was really good. It was great. Clean Skin, as you know, was a very tough shoot, Mr. Trinder.
Yeah, I do remember.
You do remember, because you were there, weren't you? Were you there all the time?
Not all the time, but yeah, certainly dipping in and out on occasions, because I was kind of more on the post-production side, a bit more on that one. But did a bit of stuff. We shot that like in January. It was fucking freezing. It was a really horrendous shoot. And that was good. Like working with Sean, who was lovely, working with Charlotte, who was great, working with James Fox, who was great. And it's like it's a proper movie, and we got it together. It was very tough, and there's all sorts of stories, but you can't spoil the shit out of you with all the shit that happened. You can't bore anybody more than we bored everybody for the last 5 episodes.
We sold it to Warner Brothers. Like, it's an independent movie. They hardly buy any independent movies.
Yeah. I mean, that is a fantastic thing about that film, is that the success that it was, the fact that you did exactly what you set out to do, was to build a film that was then had a value that, companies like Warner Brothers really wanted to buy into, I guess, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you something interesting about that, gentlemen, in that the sales agents, when you get a movie, I don't know if people listening, does anyone listen to this?
Yeah, they're in the tens, but maybe into the hundreds quite soon.
Okay. All right, good. So basically, you get a sales agent when you make a movie. Don't approach distributors,
right? Because
they'll eat you alive and they won't take you seriously.
Yeah,
and they'll eat you alive.
Yeah.
And if you're going to them directly, they think, "What's wrong with this guy? He's either stupid or there's something wrong with this film."
Right.
So you go to a sales agent, and they're the middlemen, and they know all the buyers. They go to all the markets and festivals, and you show them the movie, and if they like it, they take it on to take out into the marketplace or markets around the world and sell it. I took it to every fucking sales agent in town, and every one of them turned it down. Every one of those fuckwits turned it down, apart from the last one I showed it to. And
that you drugged just before.
They took it on. They loved it, and they were really enthusiastic. And I was like, fucking hell, because, remember we went to Paris and we showed it to a sales agent, Aaron.
Oh, yeah, I've totally forgotten about that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we showed it to a sales agent in Paris, and a really good sales agent, and they turned it down and as well, but we had a few nice drinks on Montmartre.
I seem to remember.
So then, so then we got this sales agent, and they took it on. They were really enthusiastic, and they took it on, and we had a screening, UK screening to all the distributors, and all of them showed up. And I had cut a trailer as well beforehand to send to all the sales agents who turned it down. So I sent this trailer and whatever. Anyway, we had this screening, and every distributor bid for it. Everyone. Wow. Now, what does that tell you about the knowledge of the sales agents who turned my film down?
Yeah.
What does that tell you in general? it tells you that, they supposedly know what they're doing, but really, that old cliche, nobody knows anything. Nobody knows anything in this business.
Yeah.
And so every distributor turned it down. Every distributor bid for it.
Yep.
Warner Brothers bid, and we went with them because they're a studio.
Yep.
It's very good to get a studio because, number one, they're reliable in paying you. And it's really great because if Warner Brothers have bought it, suddenly everyone goes, oh.
It's got a big name.
It's got Warner's. And that was just for UK, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So UK and some others, because you sell films by territory.
So following the Warner Brothers UK acquisition, did then other kind of territories fall in line?
Yeah, so what happened was, because we had Warner's studio take it, then we took it to an international place, and that was in the AFM, which was in
that
LA
for our listeners? What does AFM stand for?
American Film Market, which goes on around... Is it Christmas time, I think? I'm not sure. December or something.
And so there's big film markets all over the world where people are basically showing their movies and bidding them. What are the big ones that people might have sort of remember?
I don't know. Like AFM is very kind of commercial. There's other types of markets. There's markets that go along at the same time as Cannes.
Yep.
There's markets that go along at the same time as other festivals.
Is it
so AFM is not a festival. It's strictly a market.
Okay.
So it's quite busy. So anyway, we took it there and we had an international screening for all the other countries, and everywhere we sold every territory.
Wow.
So because we announced, I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks before the AFM, we announced that Warner's had bought it, which then attracted all the buyers.
Yeah.
Because then they knew about it. Oh, Warner's suddenly is on the radar. And then everyone went for it. And so I'd get a call from the sales agent telling me this person's bid for it, that person's bid for it. We're just negotiating, da-da-da-da-da. And so we sold the movie around the world, and then they released it. But again, it was like a small film. So when you release a movie with the studio, they're really in control. You don't have much say. What happened then? What happened? Blue Iguana. And it took, a good few years to get the lead to that film. Basically... I think I wanted to get an American name. Mm-hmm. So I waited. At that point, when I was sending the script out to people via a casting director, I got a call from one of the actors who we had approached, manager. And that manager liked the script and wanted to sign me up. So that was good.
Right.
And via that person, it was very helpful to have them on board because it eased getting an American name instead of you being a clown out of nowhere.
Right, yeah.
Right. Even though we still had a very, good casting direction, whatever, that helped. And the manager helped quite a hell of a lot. Really good guy. And then we got Sam, and off Sam, Sam suggested Ben because they'd worked together before.
Yes, so Sam Rockwell for our listeners.
Sam Rockwell. But it took
Ben
years,
Schwartz,
to be honest. Ben Schwartz, yeah. To be honest, I wished I hadn't waited that long because I have a theory. I was always 5 years behind in my career.
Yeah.
Right.
At school.
And now I'm 10 years behind.
Yeah.
Now I'm 10 years behind where I want to be.
Right.
Because it took so long to get that thing, and I don't think I should have waited that long. I should have.
Yeah.
I should have, done it quicker. I really should have. But mate, what can you do?
Right.
See, Blue Iguana was a film that I tried something really different with it. It was intentionally meant to look, clunky, not framed nicely. I would intentionally ensure the shots didn't look nice. I would intentionally ensure that the plot deviated in an unusual way.
Yeah.
So, and it was basically it was harkening back to these films that I loved. These movies from the 80s, Breathless, Something Wild.
Yeah.
That basically never stuck to a kind of rigid pattern. They deviated, and they were clunky in their editing, and they looked cheap but great. So what I tried to do with the Iguana was make it look kind of, in a strange way, rough, clunky. I avoided framing shots nicely. And as a result, I think what people saw was a film that was badly put together, a film that didn't follow a good script. But all that was it was intentional. So it kind of it backfired. And that was what I wanted with it. But I stand by that film big time, because I really, I'll stand by that film.
And I mean, I guess it's just as the producer of a film is bringing in money wherever money can be brought in. So it might be co-production, it might be a broadcaster, or it might be lots of independent people putting their own money in, or a combination of all of those things.
I seem to remember in Lost in La Mancha, that film about Terry Gilliam making the man who killed Don Quixote. Him having a day when all the investors that came to the set.
That's
and there seems to be about
I remember that.
40 of them. I mean, I suppose with Terry Gilliam, he's outside of the Hollywood system in a sense, and that film he was making in Europe. We can probably chat about him a little, because you're making a documentary about him now, aren't you, Hadi?
Yeah.
So maybe he's kind of doing what you're doing, but on a slightly inflated scale.
To be honest with you, Mark, but that's how pretty much a lot of film funding is.
What this is, it's a DIY cinema podcast for DIY filmmakers. DIY cinema cult.
Yeah, the thing is, listen, you two, I have a bone to pick with you two, because
I thought this was coming.
You
We're
two,
about to be told
honestly,
off,
you
aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
You two, absolute pair of degenerates, right? What are you doing? Well,
currently in my shed.
I sat listening to your first podcast, and I was fucking swearing at the fucking. I was like, "What the hell are these two guys talking about?" I mean, genuinely, what are you doing?
What do you mean, Hadi? What should we be doing? What would you rather?
We want your wisdom. Give us your wisdom.
Give us our.
Right.
You're our Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You sit there, you sit there, and you're like, this is what it cracks me up about you two. You've got our cameras, you've got the latest camera. Aaron has got every gadget under the sun, right? He's got cameras, he's got lights. The technology is so advanced now; it's 4K or more, right? Whatever the hell it is, right? You've got Marc, who's an animator and can do CG work up to a really good point, and can do credits, and can do all sorts of things. You can do music. You basically have everything at your fingertips, right?
Yeah.
And you're sitting there in your shed, stirring gin and going, how are we going to get this film made? I mean, it's like, what are you talking about? I mean, honestly, I was sitting there going, what are they talking about?
Well,
this is what I have to tell you.
Okay.
Right?
Tell us what we need to do. What do we need to do? You see, this is the purpose of this podcast.
Number one, what is the script that you've done, right? What's the lowest you can make it for?
We put it on a piece of paper. We didn't want to say it on air, did we? But we figured out a number of days and a minimum you could give people. And
okay, is it over? Is it near 100K?
It's lower.
It's lower than that. We're on.
Okay, is it under 50?
It's
no.
Oh, getting warmer.
Okay, right. Okay, so let me tell you something.
Yeah.
What you two have to do, if it's over 50K, I'll be brutally honest. I'm going to be brutally honest with you, because I think you two need it.
Yeah, we do.
Okay?
We need it.
Okay. Nobody's going to give you that money.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Number one, you're sitting there talking. Let me have a fucking rant about this. You're sitting there talking about Film London. Fuck them. Fuck Film London. Who gives a fuck about Film London? You guys have more talent in your fucking code than those morons. And you're sending them scripts to get their fucking feedback? What the fuck is the matter with you? Why are you wasting your time with these idiots? Honestly, it's just beyond me. It's beyond me what you're so fucking... Why are you waiting for these idiots? Who cares? Have you seen the films that they've made?
This podcast is sponsored by Film London.
Because they're terrible. No, I haven't finished ranting. Hold on. Let me tell you something. You can ask me.
Finish your rant.
Go for it. Go on.
Yes. So listen.
I'm feeling scolded.
Nobody is going.
No one's going to give us
50
grand.
Over 50 grand. Nobody. Because number one, not because you're not talented. They don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
It's a complete risk.
Yeah.
Right. It's a total risk. And you have to understand, people only invest if they think that they're going to get something back. You are unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The pot in that Film London and whatever other stupid avenues that are available is tiny. It's
evaporated.
usually controlled by people.
It's evaporated as well, as far as I can see.
Okay, whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Who gives a shit? Right? Good. I hope so. What I'm saying is, you have to basically think nobody's going to give you that money.
Yep.
So what do you have to do? If you two want to genuinely make a film, and not just talk about it, actually want to make a film, you have to do it yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's your first film. And you have to get yourself out there. So what I would suggest you two doing is put that script aside, get your heads together and go, right, how much money can you and I get together? I understand you have families and mouths to feed and rent, right? But you have to sit there and go, whatever the fuck it is, it doesn't matter. If it's 10 grand or 20 grand, you go, right, we can make this. You then tailor make an idea with the money that you have. You have everything at your disposal. There's no excuses anymore about not making a film.
Yep.
You've got all the equipment, the editing facilities. You can basically do all the posts yourselves.
Yeah.
And wrap it all up. So that's what I would suggest you do. I'd put that script aside, write a script that's really simple, that can be done, that can still be cinematic and film, it can be clever. I mean, look at Upstream Color.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Upstream Color I think is a perfect film. Now, supposedly the budget is what, 50 or 60K or something?
Yeah.
That's probably, but that's probably after he sold it with deliverables or whatever. You know what I mean? He shot that with his camera on his own. It
was mates, a GH2, I think. He shot it with a proper
exactly.
lo-fi. Yeah.
Little side story. I emailed him. I found his email. I emailed him. I said, hey, Shane, I loved your film. I'd love to ask you a few questions. And within 5 minutes, he responded. He goes, what can we talk about? So I gave him a list of questions, and he never emailed back.
and apparently he made the feature before that for 17 grand.
Yeah,
exactly. He shot it in 7 days or something insane.
What was the name
like
of that movie?
Primer, which is fantastically kind of confusing and unwatchable, but kind of like a headfuck film.
But so you have to go to yourselves, and you have to look at yourselves realistically here. If you can get 20 grand, 10 grand, 5 grand, 20 grand, then you take 2 weeks out of your life and you go and you make the film. And then you sit and then you go back to resume your life. And then at least it's in the can and you can then take your time with the post or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's what you've got to do because you have everything. You've got more than I do. I couldn't do the music. I couldn't do the CGI.
Yeah.
I couldn't do the camera work. I can't do the lighting. You two can.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel kind of good and bad now.
This is a bombshell of a podcast episode. I'm glad we had you.
I feel all empowered and all small at the same time.
It's good.
It's great.
I cannot stand the British film industry for this very reason.
Yeah.
Everybody just sits there and fucking moans about why they can't. You say we'll make my film. Go out and make your film. There's no more excuses.
Yeah.
The camera and the equipment and the technology is up to such a standard now that it's like there's no excuse anymore.
Yeah.
And you have to have a vision where you tailor make it to that script. So if you want something visual and cinematic, well, you can if you tailor made the idea to the budget.
Yep.
Shane Carruth's movie looks beautiful, I think.
It does.
Yeah.
It does fit the sort of style. There's a sort of surreal, sort of lo-fi, but still kind of very attractive look about it. So that's what I would suggest you do, because I'm telling you, no one's going to give you. Don't sit there wasting your time about proposal, this and that. Because if you make a feature, you suddenly open up a world of opportunities to yourselves. Because you can get it into festivals, small festivals. You can sell it. People will watch it, and you'll be known as the guys who made that film, right? Whereas before, now you're just some pair of idiots like everyone else. Which is we've been kind of painfully made to realise from your last rant that.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it. Look, I'm just saying.
No, it's good.
It's good.
Listen,
we need a bollocking.
You're saying that. No, what I'm saying is you have everything. I don't have what you have.
Yeah.
I don't have all the stuff you have.
Hair on our head.
And the skills. I don't have the skills that you guys have.
Or the hair. You've got the hair on the face.
All the hair.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me call you straight back.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
That's Mo on the line. He's still uploading the film, fucking nicking the Wi-Fi off some poster.
I feel so scolded. I feel like
I think this is so good. This is so entertaining for me. And in a way, I can totally see what Hadi's saying. He is saying, look, if you're aiming, maybe we're aiming at this kind of middle way.
Yeah.
Which is kind of possibly what Hadi's saying is, look, that's unachievable. No one's going to give you. You're not going to find a bunch of investors to raise you 50 grand in the next 6 months, a year. You need to do something that you can do for 10 grand. Yeah. And then you can do the next film. So in a way, it's sobering and we don't want to hear it, but there's some real truth there, or there's something to be taken for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I think just somehow that it's this sort of comes from that same sort of thing of the Robert Rodriguez thing of like, you are a filmmaker, here's the money, here's what you can do right now, go and do it. I mean, obviously we're in a slightly different situation now because we're all in lockdown, but maybe there is still a movie, and as we were talking about last week, maybe there is still a movie that we can make right now with our current down status. I think we've got Headmasters coming back.
He's coming back. Oh shit.
Oh, I'm scared.
Oh, here he is. Oh no, we're going to get in trouble again.
Yeah, listen. Another thing. No.
God. Oh, bloody hell.
Go on. Yes. Questions.
So I'll tell you what we'd love to move it on to a little bit is the fact that you've got a film that's in the can at the moment, and in fact further down the line than in the can. You kind of cut it and almost graded it, and you know, it's possibly one of your lower budget movies over the past sort of 4 or 5 you've done, but is quite exciting, I think, in some ways. Can you tell us about your the one?
Why is it exciting?
Well, I'd like you to talk about it. I think it's exciting. It's exciting to me, I suppose, because in a way, from what I've seen thus far, it's got a kind of tightness about it that maybe other ones were aiming very high, and this one feels like it's quite minimal. But anyway, but tell us all about this film.
Yeah. It's basically we're in the sound design and score stage. Everything's done on the films, but it's a real kind of a filmic thing for me because I wanted to make a film with very little dialogue.
Yep.
And just told in pictures and a thriller. And it was good. We shot with a.
What's the film called?
It's called Don't Leave Me. It's like a revenge thriller, slightly arty revenge thriller.
Right. Yep.
As there's hardly any dialogue in the movie. It's very, very sparse dialogue, if not much. And so I got it together. It was again a perfect example of having a budget and suiting the idea to that budget.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which I think...
So it's what I was suggesting you two do. So it's just a matter of going, right, I've got this much. This is what I'm going to do with it, right? And it's got to be, there's always, when you make films at this level and also the level I'm saying you two should, you've got to have something interesting that separates it from other things, something that's just different. So my thing was, it's pretty much told in visuals, right?
Right.
Yep.
So that's how I think it's quite interesting. It's a moody movie. It's reliant on picture, sound and visuals. So, and also the great thing is, you don't have to worry about sound quality because sound quality is usually terrible on low budget films.
Mm-hmm.
So the dialogue, so it's all about atmospheres and also pulled a ton of favors from everybody, all my friends and, who took part in it. And now it's in the can and so it was good. It was good fun. It was good. I'll never do it ever again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. What's that
budget level?
I don't want to work. I'm tired of working this way. I mean, even on the other films, I always feel like I'm, struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to overreach and I don't want to work that way. I want it like a really good. I want to make a film with a really good budget, and what you sacrifice for that is maybe less control.
Yeah. I was going to say, Hadi, actually, because I had a question of going back to Blue Iguana, you getting Sam Rockwell to be in that film. I mean, first off, doing it completely DIY and independently must have been an absolute scream to kind of land him to be in your film first off. But then did that actually impact pressure-wise on the film production, knowing that you didn't have all the money in the world? Did that end up
it's always look, every film at whatever level you do, you're always struggling to with budget, whatever level it is, you always want to go bigger. So if you have this much money, you're always trying to aim for higher things, and it's always a struggle.
So going back to the current film, and maybe what are your hopes? We're in lockdown at the moment. So has this given you the potential to kind of tweak things that maybe you weren't going to be tweaking, or look at things again?
Not really. I mean, it's quite. I mean, we strangely been quite lucky in that we shot it. I edited it really, and I was done around kind of December time, and we graded it in January very early. And then basically I started looking for the composer and the sound designer. And Andre, my sound designer, was busy on something else. So that took like a month and a half of waiting for him. And he's on it now, so he's halfway through it. And so is the score composer, this girl, this Irish woman, Sarah Lynch, who's brilliant. And everything is being done remotely.
Yep.
All right.
So basically, all the score, I get, sections of score from her, listen to it, I send her notes. Andre just does his thing, and I give him notes, and he pays no attention to anything I send him.
And Andre is the sort of link to Terry Gilliam, isn't he, as well?
Yeah. Andre is like the kind of the missing invisible Python, isn't he? He's their sound designer on all their records and early days, and done most of their films.
I heard him getting a name check in some Michael Palin interview I saw on TV a couple of weeks ago. They were talking about the Holy Grail.
Exactly.
And that was Andre who came up with the idea about the coconuts being knocked together to make the horses, to do the horses. He's very instrumental in the kind of the kind of comedy of Python. Yeah,
he is, and he also wrote, I think, Every Sperm is Sacred as well. So so he's a very good guy, good friend, very funny, very talented, and looks like a melting Paul Bettany.
How is the Terry Gilliam documentary? Is that still going on? Is that still happening?
Yeah, but Terry's he's just constantly busy. He's just constantly all over the place. And now what we're doing, it's like, what the hell is this stupid situation we're in now? Isn't it? What the fuck?
I mean, is there, because, we're obviously we're sort of, filmmaking is generally thought to be about going out and about and doing stuff in the world. But obviously there's a lot of it that's quite solitary, and that's sort of at home, and, the writing process, etc. How do you see that this sort of lockdown is going to kind of create opportunities for filmmakers, being stuck
Well, you'd like to think, look, supposedly, and this is a theory, we hope it's correct. I mean, obviously all the production companies like Netflix and Amazon, nobody's shooting, everything is shut down. All the big movies are shut down. Khan, who's starring in the new Batman movie, that's just shut down. Everything is shut down, not permanently, obviously, but they've had to stop because of this thing. Now, how the fuck are they gonna? That's what I'm trying to get my head around, but I don't know. I mean, they'll know better than me, the studio heads. And how do you insure against coronavirus on a film set? I don't think that's possible.
I don't think they can. I was chatting to Rami, who shot your last film, and he was saying he basically put it as, I've just taken 100% pay cut, and I'm just sat at home, and there's nothing that covers them for this. No. With the companies, with the production companies he's working for, he's on a drama at the moment that's just shut down, and there's nothing they can do, and they don't have no insurance to cover it, so everyone's just being sent home on no pay. That's it.
I mean, I don't know how you would. You can't run a film set like a lab, because you're always like up close to everybody and shooting, and with extras and with actors and the crew, and everyone's in each other's face, and so I think it's going to have to be. So hopefully this horrible situation we're in may be like companies are looking for products.
Yep.
Right? And hopefully it becomes like a seller's market. And that if you've got a good film, there's more interest in it then, because Netflix have shut down everything. I think they were going to spend hundreds of millions, about to roll with a bunch of productions all over the world, weren't they?
Yep.
And, that's not happening now, and I don't see it happening for another 6 months.
No. I mean, particularly because it's such a staggered process all over the world that, Europe may come out of lockdown, but America won't yet be. And so anything where location is sort of important or cast or what have you are coming from different parts of the world is just not going. It's going to take 6 months to get back up to speed again, isn't it? But
I don't see. I mean, even longer. I think the only way you're going to actually start filming again is when you get a vaccine.
Yeah.
Because what are you going to do? You're going to get your people to sign waivers saying, you know the risk you're taking, and if you die, you don't claim. I mean, you can't do that. How do you do that?
Yeah.
How do you cover like yourself and go, well, we took all the necessary precautions? What? So you put them all in a studio and you don't let them leave the studio?
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare.
That's not going to happen.
Exactly.
So I don't think, I think if they've got to get a vaccine, I think.
Yep.
I think, and I think you're looking at, what is it now? 2 years? I think we're looking at like beginning of next year, maybe, if they sort it.
Yeah.
So is there already another project kind of bubbling away in the mind of Hadi?
Yeah, I've written a modern day version of a very loose adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo.
Okay.
Which is the plan was to.
You were going to do that one before this one, though, weren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I wrote it, and I don't want to talk too much about it because there's a few things happening.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But yes, everything now has been scuppered by this fucking stupid thing. And but that's the one I want to make next, and that's set in America or North America somewhere, and a Far Eastern country. Yeah.
Because you were scouting. You were scouting Thailand last year or the year before, weren't you?
I did.
Locations.
Yeah, I'd love to shoot it there because I love, I was actually genuinely thinking, like literally just now, before this shitstorm broke, I was going to just move there for the next 8 months or a year.
Yeah.
And I want to shoot abroad, so I don't want to shoot it. I want to get away from filming in London. I've made every one of my films here, so I'd like to shoot some there. But that's a bigger budget.
What is your writing process then when you're kind of putting these scripts together? Is it just kind of slightly organic, happens over time, or do you have some?
Mark, I have no life.
Lockdown means nothing to you, does it? Really?
Lockdown means nothing to me. This is why I said, like, everyone has joined me.
Yes, they've caught up with me now. Come into Hadi world. This is the way I live.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, I'm like, you write a script, which takes a long time. It could be anywhere between 4 to 8 months, or even a year, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then you try to make it, and then you have a mad like existence of shooting it with a bunch of maniacs, for about a month or so, and then you're back into your hole with editing.
Yeah.
And then post, and then sound design. So really, it's like this to me is no big deal.
Yeah.
And luckily, we like finished our film way before this broke out. But I know Paul Schrader was shooting a film, and he was 4 days away from finishing.
Oh, that's tough.
And they stopped it because one extra got coronavirus, and he was furious. He was saying,
"There's always one, isn't there?"
He wanted to die on set. He doesn't care. Why the hell are
Yeah, but I mean, surely you can edit most of the rest of it, right? I mean, 4 days to go.
I don't know. I don't think so. Because shooting 4 days. How the hell do you cover 4 days? Yeah. That's a lot.
What's your favourite part of the process, Hadi? What's your favourite bit of being a filmmaker?
When I'm sitting there wearing, about 2 a.m, I've got my pants on.
Which isn't often.
No. There is no favourite part of the bloody film. Okay? It's just, what I want to happen is, I want a film to connect. So have like just a little hit, not a big hit, not a huge hit, but like a little hit. I think that would be great. But the most enjoyable, I'll be honest with you, the most enjoyable is when you watch a film with an audience that reacts well to it.
Yeah.
Nothing else beats that,
Yeah, I mean, we were talking a bit about the fact that, making films or televisual stuff generally, you don't have that direct audience connection, that you've made this thing in your bedroom or wherever it is. And then generally you never actually hear what people think, or, you see some stuff online or you get reviews or whatever, but there's not that same audience reaction. But when you do go to a screening and you do have an audience sat there and they laugh at the right places or they gasp at the right places, it's as good, it's as close as it gets to, like being in a band or something, as in it's a direct connection, isn't it?
I mean, it's great. It is great. It's the best feeling, especially if you get invited to a festival and, you get people talking to you, asking you questions about this film. And that's always good when they react positively to it. All the other stuff, the writing is fucking torture. The producing is fucking torture. The shooting is just a physical torture. And the editing is a torture because you're staring at it going, this is terrible. Everything is fucking grim, but if you, and I haven't yet to experience it, I want to experience it where I've been fucking making films for years now, and I just want to, nobody knows who the fuck I am, do you know what I mean? And
after this podcast,
it's not about me being famous. I'm not interested in being famous. I just want the film.
They'll know you in Michigan, mate.
Yeah.
After this podcast, mate, you'll be launched into the stratosphere. It'll be a whole...
But you know what I'm saying is, you just want a film to connect with an audience on a like good small scale, you know. And I don't want to work at this level anymore. Like the next film I'm going to do, I'm not going to do this anymore. I cannot stand working like this anymore. It's like I've gotten too old for this shit. The old cliche of a movie. Too old for this shit.
But what I admire about you, Hadi, is I remember when I was finishing up doing the VFX on Blue Iguana, and we did the last couple of days, like the last week in your flat.
Oh yeah.
And you were just lying on the sofa, and you looked kind of distraught, and you were just like, "I'm never doing this ever again." And your phone was ringing, and you were going, "Mark, I hate this. I'm never going to do this ever again." And then I called you up about a month later, and you're going, "I've written another script. I'm off to Thailand. I'm scouting for locations." And I was going, "My God." So obviously you're driven by that love.
What else do you have to do, Mark? What else can we do, right? You know, so you like films. You and Mr. Aaron like films. You want to make films. What else is there to do? Luckily, I've avoided having a family.
Well, that's what I mean. It's really inspiring that you're just this kind of guy who's like, this is painful and I hate it, but I've just got to do it. You know, I kind of just keep having to do this.
Yes. Well, I have no other choice. What else can I do? Is the other thing.
Just go to Thailand and just enjoy yourself, I suppose.
No, but you can't even do that now. I was genuinely going to go. I was going to get out of this fucking flat and just go, right, I could live off here for another year and a half. And in a really amazing place. And I just was thinking, and then suddenly it all broke, you know? Yeah. So the plan is for the next one is to get a good budget, and then I am going to do what I'm saying. I am going to go to Thailand, and I am going to do all the pre-production there and all the everything and the post, and maybe shoot in a North American somewhere, either Canada or something. But I'm going to do everything in another country. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm just sick to death of being here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the fuck. I mean, so are you going to do? Are you going to take my advice? That's the issue.
I think we're going to definitely take elements of your advice.
And we're going to edit out the rest of it.
We're going to edit out all the expletives.
No, but I'm being serious because honestly, you're onto a hiding to nothing. If you think people are going to give you 50 to 100 grand to make a film, you're not. They're not going to do it. I know what these people are like.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not going to happen. You have to just do it. You got to go say to yourselves, right, in 8 months' time, we have a 2-week window. We'll get the money together by loans or whatever, or putting money aside or credit cards or whatever the fuck it is. And just go, right, we shoot it. Once you've shot it, guys, you don't have to worry about it anymore. You can go back to your work and make money. You can start then playing with it, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would advise you to keep it super low.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think Shane Carruth was like, I read quite a lot about it, and that what he did was he got a tiny amount of money, but it enabled him to shoot for about 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because it was such a small crew, and he really knew, he zoned in on what he needed.
Yep.
So he was living with the actors and working with. I think he ended up marrying the actress, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
there you go. That's how you
I know he made all the music and stuff as well, didn't he? Yeah.
And also, I wouldn't announce it. If you do decide on doing it, don't announce anything. Don't say anything. Just make it, and once it's done, then you can go out and
Yep.
Yeah. So, Hadi, where can we see your films to our many listeners all over the world?
Yeah, just go. I think they're on Apple and places like that, and Apple Movies, iTunes. Is it iTunes and Amazon? They're all on iTunes. All those places, the usual places.
And what about the next one? What are your hopes with it? What are you thinking? What's the process?
We want to sell it. We have to.
So you go to the sales agent and talk us through that.
Yeah. Have a sales agent and sell it. And hopefully this gap where hopefully people need product, we are coming in at the right moment because we'll have it done by the end of April? Are we in April? From the end of May, I think we'll be all done, dusted on it.
Stick stuff, Hadi. Well, we feel suitably scolded and at the same time emboldened. and we've got our work cut out, but our tails between our legs, but a certain sort of boost at the same time from your wise words. So
yeah, but look, you're in a lockdown now. What more do you? What else do you have to do apart from write a script?
Well, this is true. Although, two small children and Mark with a small child in the same house.
Excuses. No. No, there's no excuse. A script, you can do a script. I finished this script, by the way, in 8 days.
Yeah.
I wrote it in 8 days. I sat down and I went, really simple story, but I knew it was going to be nice visuals. And then I spent like 2 months getting the locations.
Yeah.
Because then I ensured that it would look nice, as much as possible. Anything can look nice at this level. But I wrote it in 8 days.
And you got some amazing locations for this for comparatively ridiculously low sums.
Yeah, because they're all friends' places. Like the church we got was a really nice people who ran it, gave it to us for a really low price. The farm that we got was a friend of a friend's farm. The guy on the farm had a plane whose friend kept the plane there. We ended up using it. That. Pure luck. And we filmed in summer.
Yep.
So the sun, and we got very lucky with the sunshine. And we didn't film at night, which is also very handy. You don't have to kill yourself. But it was a tough shoot, and the crew were really good. They, persevered.
Yep. I mean, there's the moment of the rushes where you see the film, where you see this sort of plane coming in, and you're thinking, how on earth have you managed to get a plane for this low-budget indie film? And you did tell me the story, but I think...
Yeah, it was basically, we were walking around the farm that we were going to film in, and, the farmer, the guy who runs the farm, who's a friend of actor, Robin, Robin. I looked, and he goes, oh, there's a plane in the shed. And he's like, whose plane? He goes, oh, well, there's a friend of mine who owns that plane, and he made me mow this field for him to land it. I said, what for? He goes, oh, just for fun. He does it for fun. So he goes, do you want to have it in the film? I said, yeah. So I had a scene in the film where a guy these villains deliver drugs in a van, pull up and then drive off. I thought, well, why not? If we could just turn it into a plane. Looks nice.
Perfect. Instantly ups the production value of your movie.
The production value.
A couple $100,000.
But also, take your time if you're going to make the script. Take your time. If you want it to look nice, I don't know if you want it to look rough and ready. It depends on the idea, doesn't it? But if you want it to look nice, spend like 2 months just looking for nice locations and affordable ones.
Yep. And
shoot in the summer. Don't shoot at night, and keep the cast minimal. But you should make it. You two should. You two, all you need to do is shoot it, and then everything else is a breeze for you two.
Yep.
Well, like I said, Hadi, you're our Obi-Wan Kenobi. Do you swear a lot more and shout more than Alec Guinness did? But still, we appreciate it.
I'm trapped in this flat.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure having you on, Mister, as always. And thank you for the telling off. We've had our pants truly pulled down and bums spanked. So much editing to do on this one, Mark. It's unbelievable. Oh, so much editing to do on this one. There's so much in that Hadi has said that we're not allowed to actually put in this podcast. Yeah. I apologize. We'll get the X-rated and private version on another date, on a secret, secure line. Yes. On the dark web. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers, Mark. Hadi, cheers. Nice now. Bye now. Bye. You are listening to the debut feature film podcast. This is DIY Cinema Cult. There he is. He's gone. It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, but I really appreciate that from Hadi, that kind of rollicking, and I love the way he listened to our first episode and got annoyed. Really annoyed. He sent me. I felt like he took notes and had loads of shit he wanted to have a go at us about. It was good. He said that he was swearing in Arabic at the computer, so obviously we caused quite an effect, but hopefully some lessons that we can learn from that, and all of our listeners can learn in terms of, again, it ties into the don't ask for permission idea, as in, Hadi's in a way sort of in a different world from us, as in, he's getting films released by Warner Brothers and the like, but we can certainly learn the lesson of just
well, there's nobody who's more equipped with the knowledge to make your film than you are. So get going, get started in some fashion or another. Don't ask permission, particularly from the large public bodies, which clearly aren't really there. Oh, and to top that off, something that I didn't mention earlier on was I had a slight disappointment in that way with my documentary, in that I'd kind of pitched to be part of the Sheffield Meat Market, which is a way to sort of meet up with lots of potential funders and broadcasters for my documentary, and got a big fat no the other day, which I was somewhat...
It's disappointing, mate.
It's a bit disappointing.
So
you know, they said, you know, you were 1 in 500 and they had like whatever 20 people who got through. So, you know, obviously it's a small chance. But again, it makes you think, well, okay, I could jack it all in now, or you just keep going. It was interesting hearing Hadi say that he had all of those knockbacks with one of his films from basically absolutely everybody, and then
all he needed was
one person came through, and that was it. Opened the door, and then, you know, he got it released. And so yeah, food for thought for us both, and hopefully, you know, we can use that sort of moving forward, and our listeners will be interested too in that kind of life lesson, and they'll feel in some way that an inner Hadi in their mind is scolding them to just kind of bankrupt themselves and go and make a movie.
Have a little Hadi on your shoulder as you're thinking about your film project. Imagine a little angry Hadi on your shoulder telling you what's what. Because in a way, you know, we're setting ourselves up as this kind of DIY podcast with very, you know, the pirate ethic. Yeah. In a way, Hadi was kind of saying, look, guys, you're not being pirate enough.
Exactly.
You're not being DIY enough. Which that's what I'm taking away from that interview. For sure. I really enjoyed that. Absolutely. Definitely some good stuff in there. And we will see you the next time. And I'm imagining we'll still be in lockdown. What do you think, Mark? Yeah, I reckon we will. But let's do another one soon. Maybe we can get another guest on, or we'll just do one between ourselves.
Yes, so we've got a couple of other guests that we could get involved. So let's see who we can rustle up for the next one. But it was an interesting experiment doing that, and certainly some fruitful elements. So thank you. Thanks very much. And
all right, guys.
We'll see you again next time.
Cheerio, listeners.
We've got a new idea, haven't we, Mark? Something to involve our audience.
Yeah, we do. DIY Cinema Cult. We're going to be launching a 1-minute film festival.
1 minute, which means anything up to 1 minute. Make a film, DIY, observing social distancing rules, etc. Shoot it any way you want, any way you can.
Something you can do on your own, in your own home. Get shooting, get writing, get cutting. And send us your film.
It could be a documentary, it could be a narrative piece. But we thought what would be really exciting is getting the winner on the show.
Get them on, absolutely.
Although we're a pirate entity and completely democratic, we're also hideous dictators as well. So we will decide who the winner is.
So get shooting and get us your films.
On Twitter at DIY Cinema Cult, or on Instagram we are DIY_cinema_cult. Seek out the DIY Cinema Cult group on Facebook, or why not email us at DIYcinemacult@gmail.com.